What if I told you the person you are right now, the one tired, lost, overthinking, constantly explaining yourself, is not the real you? What if I told you that you could disappear, not from the world, but from everything that's been holding you back and rebuild yourself from zero? Because sometimes, to find yourself, you have to first disappear. Let's begin. Step 1. The weight of being seen. Every day, you play roles you never chose. The dependable one, the funny one, the strong one. You show up, wear your smile, answer the same questions. How are you? And you lie. I'm fine. But inside, there's a quiet storm. A whisper that says, this isn't me. You scroll through your phone, see faces chasing validation, likes, followers, attention, and somehow, even in a crowd of millions, you feel invisible. But here's the truth. You're not invisible. You're just buried. Buried under people's expectations, your past mistakes, and the weight of who you used to be. The world taught you to be seen, but it never taught you how to disappear, to step back, break the noise, and recreate your life from silence. That's what this story is about. The art of disappearing and being reborn. Step 2. The art of disappearing. To disappear doesn't mean running away. It means resetting. It means walking into the shadows to find your own light. First, disappear from people's opinions. You don't owe anyone an explanation for evolving. You don't need to justify your silence. You don't need to announce your growth. The greatest transformations happen quietly, in rooms where nobody claps, in moments where nobody sees you, and in days that feel like you're fading. But you're not fading. You're forging. The butterfly doesn't owe the world an announcement when it enters its cocoon. It just disappears. And when it returns, nothing is the same. So disappear from noise, from fake validation, from temporary distractions, and let the silence rebuild you. Disappear from the old conversations that drain your energy. Disappear from those who remember you only for your mistakes. Disappear from social media, from the constant need to be relevant. And when you do, you'll realize something powerful. Solitude is not loneliness, it's rebirth. Step 3. The rebuilding phase. Once you vanish from the noise, the world becomes quiet. Too quiet, maybe. You'll feel uncomfortable. Your old habits will scream for attention. Your comfort zone will beg you to come back. Don't. Because this is the cocoon phase, the most painful, yet the most necessary. You'll have to sit with your fears, the ones you've been avoiding for years. You'll question your worth, your choices, your purpose, and it'll feel like you're falling apart. But that's the secret. You have to fall apart to rebuild stronger. So start small. Wake up early before the world. Write, think, move. Spend a day without your phone. Sit with yourself. You'll start hearing your own voice again, the one that got drowned out by everyone else's. Every new version of you demands a funeral for the old one. So let the old you die. Let it burn. And from its ashes, rise, raw, aware, unstoppable. That's transformation. Step 4. Transformation is not a moment. People think transformation happens in a single decision, but no, it's 1,000 small deaths. 1,000 tiny moments of choosing to change when no one's watching. It's saying no when your old self would have said yes. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's choosing discipline over distraction, purpose over pleasure, growth over comfort. Transformation is not lightning. It's erosion, slow, consistent, relentless. It doesn't ask permission. It just happens, silently, patiently. And one day, you'll look in the mirror and realize you're not who you used to be. Not because you pretended, but because you outgrew everything that kept you small. Your silence will scare people. Your peace will confuse them because they can no longer access the version of you that used to need them. That's power. That's transformation. Step 5. Reemergence. When you finally step out of the dark, the world won't recognize you. And that's exactly the point. You'll walk differently, speak differently, think differently, not because you became someone else, but because you finally remembered who you were before the world told you who to be. You'll no longer chase validation. You'll move with intention. You'll protect your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. And when people ask, "Where have you been?" smile and say, "I disappeared for a while to meet myself again." Because disappearing isn't hiding, it's healing. Step 6. Lessons from the void. Here's what you'll learn once you vanish from the noise. 1. Not everyone deserves access to you. Just because they knew you doesn't mean they still know you now. Protect your growth from those who can't understand it. 2. Healing looks lonely, but it's powerful. The caterpillar doesn't invite anyone into its cocoon. Transformation is a sacred process. Keep it private. 3. Silence speaks louder than words. The quiet work you do in the dark will echo louder than any announcement you could ever make. 4. You are not behind. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You're right where you need to be, becoming who you were meant to be. 5. You can't start a new life holding on to your old one. Let go of identities, of labels, of guilt, of old versions of yourself. Freedom lives in surrender. This is how you truly transform. You stop performing for the world and start living for yourself. Step 7. The rebirth. One morning, you'll wake up and it'll hit you. You feel lighter, calmer, more focused, more you than you ever been. You'll notice how little you care about being understood, how you no longer need to prove your worth. You'll see beauty in the quiet mornings, in simple routines, in just breathing. You'll realize peace isn't found, it's built. And you built it, brick by brick, moment by moment, in silence. That's what disappearing does. It strips you down to your essence. It removes what was never truly yours. And in that rawness, you rediscover your power. Now you don't chase anymore. You attract. You don't beg. You command. You don't fear solitude. You crave it, because that's where you meet your higher self. Step 8. Becoming unrecognizable. The real glow-up isn't physical. It's spiritual. It's when you walk into a room and people feel something different, an energy, a calm, a confidence they can't explain. That's what happens when you disappear to evolve. You stop needing validation because you validate yourself. You stop chasing belonging because you finally found home inside you. They'll ask, "What changed?" And you'll say, "Everything." Because the person you used to be would never survive the life you're about to live. So disappear, detach, transform. Let your silence speak volumes. And when you return, return as fire, as grace, as everything they said you'd never be. Step 9. The legacy of reinvention. Remember this. Every time you reinvent yourself, you inspire someone who's afraid to. You become living proof that rebirth is possible, that no matter how lost you are, you can always start again. The old you didn't fail. They just finished their purpose. So thank them, forgive them, and move forward with strength, with silence, with soul. Because life isn't about finding yourself, it's about building yourself. And sometimes the only way to build is to first disappear. If you've been feeling like it's time to vanish, trust that feeling. The world will wait. Your peace won't. Disappear to heal. Disappear to grow. Disappear to become unrecognizable.
not to others, but to the version of yourself that once settled for less. Because disappearing isn't the end of you. It's the beginning of who you were always meant to be. Disappear and rise.